Warm welcome to you, Doctor, once again for joining us here. Participants, you know how this goes. You have any queries, the Q&A box or the chat box, please use it. Stay towards the end. We have a feedback poll for you as well. So about Dr. Mohamed. Dr. Mohamed is the founder and CEO of Tanmay for management consulting and training, dedicated to bring growth and excellence in organizations. With over 27 years of experience across the GCC, Middle East, and Africa, he has led projects to enhance organizational performance and customer experience. He holds a PhD in organizational change management and a master's in total quality management from Cairo University. Dr. Mohamed is a certified executive coach, chair of judges at the 2023 Menhas TV Awards, and founder of several leadership programs. He is also a sought-out speaker across Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. Welcome again, Doctor. You take it over.
Thank you so much. My pleasure to be with you. And hopefully, inshallah, it will be great and valuable session for all of us. So today we'll talk about understanding dynamics of hybrid work, identifying key challenges and benefits for HR in hybrid workplaces, how to align HR practices with business goals, and then how to foster collaboration, drive productivity, prioritize well-being, and then asking the most important question: is hybrid work an opportunity for us or challenge? So let's first of all define what's hybrid work, so that we can have the same definition, all of us. So hybrid work could be that some employees are working at the office while others are working remotely, okay, maybe in different countries. So I'm working in Egypt, Kuwait, India, States, everywhere. So this could be one of the options. The other option, for me, I'm the same employee, but sometimes I go to the office, other times I work remotely from home or from anywhere in the world. So could be also that our company decided to outsource some functions like IT, support, program development, application software, contact centers, and so on. So there is a lot of ways that we can look at hybrid work. Okay. So what are the triggers for hybrid work? So what started? How did we start? First of all, it's technology. Now we have digital tools, we have mobile phones, we have intranet, and so on. So this helped people to get connected together easily. Also, employees, especially young generations right now, they ask for flexibility and they want new rules. You want the work-life balance, not like what we used to have long time ago. With everyone, you are fixed to your job. You like to go to the office and so on. Also, diverse work preferences. Many people have different preferences, so that's affecting. Also, mental health and well-being. Many people right now, they don't want to stay for long hours at work. They want to enjoy their life and so on. So to attract and retain talent, this became another trigger for us. Cost reduction for employers. So I can reduce my office space or can outsource this function so they can give me savings. Okay. Also, if we have offices in the globe and in different countries, I can save money from traveling and accommodation and so on. Also, as part of the pandemic response, public health and safety. So people are looking for better health and safety. Increased productivity. Also, we can have people working in different places so that we have good calibers working in different areas. This can increase our productivity. And also flexibility to work during peak hours. Sometimes we have a lot of calls, for example, coming to us, but we don't want to hire people to be full-time. So we hire people on the peak time only to support and take part of the workload. Other triggers also about global workforce expansion, because maybe I need the talent, okay, and this is one of the things that everyone I've been attending one of strategy meetings with one of my clients recently, and their main concern about we don't find skilled people. They talk about IT, for example. So how can they get talent? So if I find the talent anywhere in the world and they can work from their place, this would be great. Also, I'm working with different companies worldwide, so we have international collaboration, environmental impact, reducing the carbon footprint, and lowering energy consumption, and also being ready to crisis and business continuity. So you have different backup place or different place so that if anything happens, you have also the flexibility to be resilient and having operational flexibility. So for all these things, they always ask question, what do you think was the most important trigger for hybrid work? Okay, let me give you 3 choices and let me know in the chat box. Is it the general manager or the CEO, the top management, want to change for hybrid work? Or was it the IT that want to digitize everything? Or it was the COVID-19 and all the problems? What do you think was the main trigger that started the wave of hybrid work? It's a very nice question that we always ask for people. Yes, you're right. Pandemic, the COVID-19, okay, was the thing that ignited the hybrid work. Before, we were working with many companies, say, go digital, let's do things online, and so on. Nobody was taking care. Yes, be nice, and it's part of the vision of the company or the country, but people are not taking it seriously. So once the pandemic hits, then everyone had to do it, okay? Especially it took some long time. So people had to stop their work or even shut their business. But again, people have to think out of the box and see how can they do things like this. Okay, that's great. So the pandemic ignited it, but there are other triggers. So we ask ourselves here, very important, this very nice book by Dr. Marshall Goldsmith. It's called What Got You Here Won't Get You There. Okay, so what used to happen in the past is not applicable anymore. If you're still living in the past and you're still to the current status, it's your own thing. But again, you have to change things. So it's not business as usual anymore. We have to change. So coming to this, saying that we have some statistics, they call that most people want a fully remote job, 51%, or hybrid, 46%, from reports. Also, 80% of the organization share that they allow some level of remote and hybrid model for their employees. So organizations are also reacting to this. 63% of the people say having remote work is what's most important to them in a job, even ahead of salary. 61% say that's even more important to have flexibility, having flexible schedule, work-life boundaries, and so on. Okay, so it becomes something important. Also, 95% of workers want some form of remote work. Okay, 44% want full-time from home, 41% preferred hybrid. Also, women specifically, they prefer fully remote work environments. 58% identified the remote work arrangement as ideal way to work. Okay, so again, people are looking for flexibility, more work-life balance, have their own things, so they want to have more freedom and flexibility. So these come from the reports. But what could be the key challenges in the hybrid workplaces, especially for employees from HR point of view? Number one is fairness, okay? So if I'm at the main headquarters or my office, so maybe I have contact with the management team, I have more opportunity for promotions and so on. So fairness was number one. We need to ensure equal treatment and equal opportunity, okay, for both employees. Second challenge was the engagement, okay? You know, we used to have a lot of Zoom calls or doing sessions online. People are not engaged. You can be explaining, having training session and so on, but people, you don't know what they are doing. They don't open their cameras, and even if they open the cameras, you don't know exactly. So are they really engaged and connected? Again, especially you have certain culture and values. Performance evaluation. How can I be evaluated at the end of the day, at the end of the year? How can you evaluate my performance? Okay, many people traditional way used to put a lot of emphasis on attendance, punctuality, and so on. How can you measure this? Number 4 is collaboration. How can we work together as one team? How can we work in project basis? So there are a lot of challenges in the hybrid workplaces. So this give me question. Okay, not sure if I can have a poll for this or not. Okay, but again, what do you think is the biggest challenge in managing a hybrid workforce from the four things? Which one you think is the most challenging? Great, I'm seeing you have a lot of contribution.
Yeah, I think the majority is going to the second option, keeping
Yeah.
remote employees engaged.
Can we show the results? Still coming. Okay. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but 55% of you said that keeping them engaged, and then 26% overcoming barriers to effective teamwork, and then performance evaluation, and the last thing was the equal treatment. Okay. But these are the challenges, but also there are some benefits of having this hybrid work style. So here I'm saying the main benefits, and then we'll go into more details afterwards. So increase the employees' well-being, retention, attraction. So as we said, that people like to have flexible work environment. So this is a good thing for people to have. Efficiencies, gaining, or people become more efficient, more resilient. We have more flexibility, operational flexibility. We have support from more skilled resources, so on. Environmental friendly, increasing diversity and inclusion, because you can have teams from different parts of the world. And we have also, you make sure that they are more productive and so on. Okay, so these are some main benefits of the hybrid work, and later we'll see more details about the results from the surveys also as well. Right. Talking from HR point of view, the HR, okay, and its role in achieving the business strategy. So we see that this is the business strategy, you can see it, and this is the HR strategy. The HR has different roles in the organization: training and development, recruitment and selection, performance management, career management, reward management. So HR should build their strategy to ensure that the business are successful. And at the end of the day, we are achieving business results. Okay, so the HR strategy plays an important part in all these aspects and even more. So are you a business partner? Are you helping business to succeed or what? So this is the role. So how to align your practice as HR, okay, in this. So we have said that you need to make sure that you ensure that optimal workforce utilization, okay, linking HR activities to business outcome, optimizing the workforce. You have check for employees' engagement and productivity. So it's part of your role. Facilitates better talent management, so target recruitment and development. So to ensure that you're getting the best calibers and ensure that they are retained and maintained and they are developed. Enhancing organization adaptability and resilience. So do we have this workforce that help us as an organization to be more resilient and respond to customer conditions and challenges? So all these things that HR should contribute in. So how HR can contribute? So first of all, is the defining roles and responsibilities. Okay, so now we have different expectations from both the business units and from the people, our people. So how we have clear expectations and ensuring alignment with the goals of the organization with the goals of the people themselves, both in remotely and on site. Also supporting employee well-being. Now we can see a lot of activities being done to ensure that we have the work-life balance and ensuring the mental health for employees. Also, how can people come together? What could be the tools and policies to help people come together and better communicate and collaborate? Performance management, how to shift yourself from the normal performance management into result-based, focusing on results. Okay, I'll go in more details later on about these things. And also building a future-ready workforce. Do the people right now have the right skills and capabilities or not? So I remember these first days with the COVID, and when we're all sitting at home, we're just trying with Zoom, doing many mistakes. We don't know how to utilize it, Microsoft Teams, and so on. We're still discovering, but again, it's became part of people development and skill that you need, capabilities that you need, that people need to be clever in using these tools. Also, fostering inclusivity, okay? How can you ensure that everyone is treated fairly, they feel equally valued and connected to business goals? And last but not least, about leveraging technology. Now we have all tools. We have all mobiles, laptops, and everything. So how can you ensure that technology can help you to create collaboration and have data-driven decision? Okay, fine. Let's take some parts of this and talk in more details about it. So first of all, about sustaining engagement and productivities. Okay, now you can have virtual events and team bonding activities to maintain connection. In the office, we used to have each Thursday, for example, we have dish party or things like this, okay, or people coming together. So we can do the same, but virtually, okay? Establishing clear communication channels to ensure everyone stays informed, okay? This is something that many organizations miss, okay, about informing everyone. I frequently go to different places for meetings and training sessions and always have, how did this happen? Nobody told us about it. Even people working in the same workplace. What about the communication channels? Now we have groups on WhatsApp or different media so that you can always communicate. And it's very important. Implement recognition programs. Okay, yes, we have improved upon peer recognition, but nowadays, with all the tools that we have, we can have many companies have something like the Facebook, but internally, so people can like whatever people are posting, recognizing your peers and so on. Even LinkedIn right now is doing the same. Offer online learning and development opportunities. Okay, so again, this become the e-learning since long time, but again, people are putting more emphasis on this virtual workshops, certifications, and so on. Productivity tools. Do we know how to use project management tools and applications now in our mobile, in our laptop, and so on? So people need to be educated, and HR is the one could be leading this. What type of tools I need to increase productivity, to increase communication, okay? What could be time management tools? Yani, the typical time management issues are still there. But now with the mobiles in our hands, خلاص, we can access a lot of applications that can help us doing this. And the good thing is that you have it in your mobile, in your laptop, in your iPad or tab. You can find it easily. You can synchronize your calendar. Leveraging collaboration platforms like Microsoft Teams or Slack for real-time communication. So I know many people right now, they are using Slack, for example, to give tasks to team members, to follow up with team members, and so on. So that creates a lot of issues that people can help them to define their, increase their productivity, increase their communication. Okay, one of the things Google used to be known about their flexible work environment, nice offices. I'm not sure if you have seen videos about Google. Working at Google was really great. Say that offices were open space and they have giving the people good space for thinking and doing things, coming with their pets and having barber shop there, and very nice. Okay, but even though With COVID-19, they shifted again to be people working remotely, okay, in hybrid work environment. They have things very important, say work happens everywhere and not only in the office. So this is the mind shift. This is the policies that people are changing their mind with these policies. So they are convinced, the top management, that work happens everywhere, not only in the office. Employees' need from workplace is constantly changing. So you see how the world is going, the dynamics and the changes. Okay, workplaces should be more than desks, meeting rooms, and facilities. So how can we make this virtually? Okay, so they start in having the mind shift, and then once you know this mind shift, then you start looking for tools and techniques that you can use to do this. And now with all the application that we have in the Google Play or any place, you can find a lot of tools that can help in this. Engaging the hybrid team structures. So again, talking about the fatigue, someone's asking about fatigue and so on. So you have regular check-ins. Again, I'm working at my home or any place in the world. Am I left alone? I don't know what's going on, or just having emails and then just responding back to emails or going on WhatsApp and just messaging? No, we have to hold weekly one-on-one virtual meetings, discuss progress and challenges. So what you had used to do at the office, you need to do it, but virtually. Okay, you need to check how things are going and so on. How to organize daily, weekly stand-ups, quick updates, accountability, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes per day, see how things are going, saying hello to everyone, ensuring everyone is okay. Okay. Virtual coffee breaks. Yes, we used to have for coffee breaks, we have chatting and so on. Okay, let's come together at 3 o'clock, for example, or at noon. Everyone brings his food again, but we are not, we're just seeing each other. But again, we're just socializing. Okay, something very important. Create interest-based group. Okay, like book clubs, fitness challenges, or people like this team and so on. So we create the bond between the people. Now, many people of us having groups on WhatsApp, having groups on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. Everyone has been. So let's create these groups. I want to build a relation, okay, virtually, but again, building the relation. This also is very convenient with people who are, again, the young generations, okay, because now they are used to everything with mobile and laptop and so on. Okay, transparent communication. Again, you need to have continuously sending emails, updates, okay, and maybe you have one big meeting. So whatever you used to do before, need to do it in another way. Hold open forums for leadership to address employee questions and concerns. Like what we used to do before. Yes, get the people. I remember when I used to work in Zain, we used to, because our CEO was a visionary leader, he used to get all the company managers from all over 25 countries. So each quarter, more than 300 persons are traveling to a certain place to sit for 3 days, going through our vision, mission, strategy, KPIs, how every operations is doing, what are the problems, customer satisfaction, employee satisfaction, and so on. So nowadays, we can save a lot of costs, but again, we can still do this. It's very important. Again, for the performance evaluation, we're shifting to results-based evaluation. Okay, I need to see the numbers. I gave you task, finished on time, with good quality, and so on. So have measurable goals and KPIs, evaluating based on outcomes, not only time. What are, not necessarily, when did you start your laptop or attendance and so on. Maybe it's something important for some people, but again, I want to focus on results. Provide ongoing feedback for real-time performance adjustment. I don't wait till the end of the year or the end of the quarter till I give feedback. No, we have continuous feedback. Ensuring transparency and fairness. Also, we need to have the standardized evaluation criteria. So I put the criteria, set the expectations right from the beginning, and then I can see how things will go. And some people implement the 360 feedback, okay, from different colleagues to check that, to ensure that they have comprehensive and fair assessment. Okay, also looking for building a culture of collaboration. Okay? Looking for the tools, as you said, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Slack, okay, to continuously, maybe you have WhatsApp. We see what fits better for our organization, for our culture, okay? Of course, functional teams, okay, in different places in the office, some are remote, some in different places, okay. Again, the challenge is the timing, because we have different time zones, but again, we can still find common time that we can work on, okay. Agree on your values. What are your values? You can do virtual also team building activities. You have, as we said, maintaining regular communication, schedule daily, weekly, virtual check-ins, how things are going, teams comes together, and so on. Let's see what communication channels we are utilizing. We need to make sure that everyone knows how to utilize the channels and are capable to work on these applications. Weekly newsletter, monthly newsletter, how everything is going, how we're doing in this project, and so on. So never let the people wander in the dark. Keep them engaged, okay? Again, and let's see how can we do this. Right. Spotify also, they have policy. Part of things that we need to do to have clear policies. Say that work is not somewhere you go, it's something you do. So they are supporting their employees, whether they like to go working from home, remotely from any place, or from the office, okay? Because everyone has different experience. They make sure that the employees contribute, communicate, and collaborate in equal terms, okay? And they value involvement and engagement. So it's very important also for the managers. The managers now have different responsibility. It's their team. How can they keep themselves, their employees engaged, always communicate with them, checking on them, how things are going, defining expectations, giving feedback. Okay? So it's not only about the employees, but the managers as well. Again, regular check-ins to ensure that they are engaged with the community and seeing what could be the opportunities for them to connect, whether they are working at home or at office. Okay. As we said, maybe you need some tools, some mobile phones, some tabs or laptop. Okay, so ensure that you have the right equipment and tools that support you to stay connected and ensure that you are doing your job in a good manner. Okay, so whatever you choose, working from home or remotely, you need to be engaged and know how to utilize the tools. You have certain policies that we follow, certain check-ins, and so on. Okay. Things also that was with the people working remotely, they have problems with isolation and burnout. So we have to see what are the challenges that people are facing. Okay. But how can we know these challenges? Keeping the two-way communication between us and the employees, we know what are the issues, what are the problems, doing satisfaction surveys, these suggestions. Okay. Also, giving them, educate them, make them aware about mental issues and making them about the problems, how can they face problems, and so on. So we need to make sure that we care for their mental health and well-being. So it's not only that I just don't care, you work these hours, you finish these things. No, I'm checking every now and then to ensure that people feel okay. Also, to do this, we need plan. So plan, we have to have clear goals. So define success. We'll talk after some time about the success. What are your success measures? How can we measure our success? What are our productive standards for productivity, for communication, and so on? We should have policy, clear policy. As you said, are we taking just fun, or are we having serious time, deep thinking time, fun time? So we need to be organized. Also, let's take the employees with us. Let's involve them in policy creation. Okay? As we said, let's have some surveys, focus groups. Let's put the rules, the standards. Okay, so we work together, put the policy and the standards, define the expectations, and then we can work to achieve these goals. And also, you have to have some periodic review, quarterly, monthly, whatever. See about their feedback. How do you feel? What's going well? What we need to change, and so on. Okay. According to the feedback, we change our strategy or our way of dealing with people on remote. Right. You as HR, what you need to do, you need to review your policies. Again, what you used to do before is not fitting for the current status. So you have to think differently. So you have to check your policies and see how this fits with the policies required for remote business. Okay. And also try to avoid things related to biases toward in-office stuff. Implementing new collaboration strategies like tools like Trello or Miro. People can work together and have some fun together. It's very nice tools that you can use some charts and so on. It's really great. I worked with this and with some of our colleagues in different parts of the world, okay, because we're developing the strategy and everyone was adding to these nice tools. Organize, as you said, virtual team building activities, challenges, and so on. Now, if you just search it on YouTube about virtual team building activities, you find a lot of activities people are putting online. Again, well-being is something very important, especially these days, as you said, because some people are working hardly and maybe they are burned out. So implementing mental health check-ins and surveys to make sure that people are going in the right direction, they are not burned out, and they are achieving what we need at the end of the day. So people went to work remotely, not to increase their workload, okay, but to enjoy again their lives. Okay, so promoting work-life balance through flexible working hours and time off policies. But again, this needs to be aligned with business goals. How can we measure success and why we need to measure success? Why you need to measure? These are very nice things, okay, but we need to measure success. I highly believe in this. You cannot manage what you don't measure. Talking about burnout, talking about flexible working hours. I highly believe if you cannot manage, if you cannot measure it, you cannot manage it, you cannot control it, you cannot improve it. So we need to have measures. Okay? So how can we measure our success? How can we measure that we are successful in implementing the hybrid work? Tell me some of the measures. How can we measure our success?
There is one question for you, Dr. Mohamed, which doesn't pertain to this slide, but it's a question asked earlier by Prudence. How do we navigate online fatigue?
Okay. Very good question. Let's see how can we measure, and we'll talk about this a little bit later. Okay. So everyone needs to look at the measures. Measures, we have different measures. Okay. Productivity. Say how many tasks were done on time, or how many tasks were done. Did we achieve what we agreed on? Employees engagement and well-being. This could be satisfaction survey or employees engagement survey. Also, we measure collaboration and communication. Again, this is feedback from surveys. Cost efficiency. Say, these were the costs by the time that we were used to pay before. Now, if we outsource this function or have people working remotely, we have less space offices and so on. This can affect our costs, energy consumptions, and so on. Employees' performance and development. We can check their performance evaluation. See what are the criteria, the goals, whether the goals were met or not. So we give this task and using people remotely, but when we are evaluating their performance, then we find their performance is not very well. They are not achieving the targets or the results that we agreed on. Okay, are people developing, getting the training, getting to know how to use these tools in a good way? Technology and IT support. Do we have the reliable internet connections, for example? So the IT, how many incidents happened? Okay, this happens many times when we have a meeting online, for example, and find the network is not very good, okay, or the IT doesn't support. So again, how many incidents and so on. Work-life balance. Again, this could be survey, or also if we are calculating number of hours people worked on, see how many hours people are working. Customer satisfaction and service quality. Again, this is the ultimate of what we are doing. At the end of the day, we are serving our customers, we are achieving our objectives and so on. So we need to check from our customer how much they are satisfied, level of satisfaction, so customer satisfaction index. And if you have also team that listen to calls or check with mystery shopping and things like that, check service quality. So are the people source the call center to any place, India, Egypt, and so on? But again, number of complaints. Innovation and creativity. I need people to be innovative, to be creative. How many ideas I got? Okay. Culture and inclusion. Again, what people say about the culture they see and inclusion. Okay. We have some results here. Say 90% of CEOs claim that adopting hybrid working model has reduced business costs. 77% of people who work remotely report improved productivity. It's very good. Also, this can save an average $51 per day when they don't have to commute to work. So maybe again, transportation, travel time, and so on. So you are saving yourself. Also, companies reported that they save 100,000 per year per employee in a hybrid environment. It's very interesting. Also, this can help reduce the workspace by 40% and the employees turnover by 12%. Also, attrition rate by 35% and improve employee satisfaction. So studies show that we are going in the right direction. We have challenges, we have benefits, but we see that we are achieving good results. So my question for you now, how do you see the hybrid work? Is it an opportunity or a challenge? How do you see it? Tell me your opinion.
Someone says both. Lucas, I think.
They are. Our role is to turn the challenges into opportunity. Now things happened, we are going this direction. We have to minimize the challenges or get over the challenges and utilize the opportunity. Yes. How to make hybrid work an opportunity rather than challenge. So being flexible is something very important. So our colleague was asking about the fatigue. Okay, again, why do we have this online fatigue? Are people spending more time online? What they are really doing? Are they overloaded? And so on. So I have to check what these people are doing and why. Okay, I have to check with their manager. So again, this is part of the manager job and part of the HR. Leverage technology. Okay, how can you use the technology to help you? As we said, we have a lot of challenges with technology, but how can you utilize technology with all the applications, all the internet connections, and so on? Redefine office spaces. Okay, maybe you had big office space, now reduce it, or have places where the remote workers can come and stay in a very nice place. Focus on results and outcomes. Again, it's not matter of when did you come, punctuality, punch in, punch out. Focus on results, objectives. So you become result oriented. Ensure that people are communicating, collaborating, building their own community, building engagement. Okay, as we said, like let's have some groups on the WhatsApp or Slack or whatever, and people discuss, maybe chatting, business, non-business, and so on. Again, inclusivity and connection. We have to ensure that everyone is included. Okay, don't let people left behind, especially people working remotely. Let's get connected together. Okay, ensure people have connected. This needs discipline. This needs also out of the box ideas. Develop leadership and management skills. So here the leaders and managers, they play a big role because they are the one responsible to ensure that people are not, they feel fatigued, they are not overloaded, they are engaged, they are part of the communication, assessing how things are going, because HR will not be responsible for each day to check how things are going and so on. Yes, sometimes you need the pulse of the organization and how you can get real feedback on real time, online feedback about how things are going. But the leaders and managers, they play a big role in this, and they need to be trained and be developed to ensure they have these skills as well. Invest in employees development, teach them and give them learning, training, and so on, so that they can utilize the tools. And also part of the employee development is again about the well-being and the mental health. Okay, so give them some good development and training. Use data. Again, I highly believe that the only thing that can make a difference is collecting data. Data about profitability, productivity, engagement, people satisfaction, and so on. So we can have building our decision-making built on data. Again, strengthen organizational culture. One of the main barriers for you to retain your good people in the normal organization, we have good culture. I have good people, nice people, and so on. So I need to be in this place. I don't leave, even if I get higher salary. How can we do this again in virtual environment, remotely? It's not easy, okay? But needs people who are really like to contribute, build communities, and so on. So build a strong organization culture. Last but not least, I take this word. Hybrid work is not a challenge to overcome, but an opportunity to redesign the way we work for greater engagement, innovation, and inclusivity. Okay, so we know the challenges. We should always have an open eye, have our resources like we used to have voice of employees program to see how people are saying, what are their issues, what are their challenges, what they like, what they don't like. Same with the customers. So we need to have an open eye to discover all the challenges, and then we can take the challenges and think also with the team, so they are involved, they are included. How can we make themselves, their lives better? How they can get engaged? To involve them. Huh? You're not just managing or giving direction. Now it's everything in the mobiles, and everything is in remotely. So we have to engage them and see what really fits with them, what they like, what they don't like. Okay, include them, get their ideas. Okay, rechange your policies, your procedures, the way. Okay, to ensure that you get what they need. Okay, so thank you so much. These are my connection. I'd like to connect with you. And now, if you have any questions, it will be a pleasure to answer.
Would you like to answer this one question, Doctor?
I
How
already answered
do we navigate online fatigue?
Yes, I answered, but let me answer it again. I said that first of all, it comes with awareness. People need to be aware what causes online fatigue. Managers need to be aware about this. Second, we need to analyze why are people doing this. Okay, is it workload? We are stressed, or they have something personal, or what? And then people will again learn some techniques that how to decrease their online fatigue. Plus, also let the people be included. So if the people are included, they are engaged, they have continuous discussions, manager check in, they will know, and they will not let this happen. They will do another techniques to ensure that the people are engaged, having work-life balance. So for example, I see people are putting much time online, or they are before getting fatigued. So I take some actions. Okay, go and have some walk or have something, and so on. So there are a lot of techniques that can help in this, but I believe comes from our awareness and from manager awareness and the actions. HR comes at the end, but also to see how things are going through surveys, checking in with people, and so on. So keep the channels open for two-way communication to understand and see what are the challenges, and then how can you get over these challenges.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Mohamed, for that. Please stay tuned in for the last and final session. There will be a feedback poll that you'll enter in for us here.
Thank you so much. My pleasure to be with you. I wish you all the best. And thank you for all your efforts making this event happen. Thank you so much.